Hi guys, Blake here today, Lilley's Landing Resort in Marina. It is the 3rd of April. Still feels like it's February out here. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna do the one cast today. There we go. And I'm up here all the way, I'm almost to Point Royale. It's just right there up ahead of us. And they say they're claim to be running 50 megawatts for 1 hour. However, it sure seems like they're running more than that. Yep, they sure are. 89 megawatts. Honestly, this jig may not work. And I don't know that I brought any bigger jigs with me. Oh, okay, looky there. Alright, so I do have a bigger black jig, and we might be tying that on if I can't get this one to go down. We're gonna try it first though. So right now I have the 25th ounce black jig. I might get away with it here in this water because I am kind of in the eddy created by Andy Williams' house. I'm going to give that a little extra time to sink down here before I start working it. I was trying to get out here early to beat the wind. The wind's supposed to be horrendous again today. However, I don't think I quite beat it. Alright, no fish on the first cast. Try going a little upstream too. Casting upstream will cause your jig to get pushed down deeper, faster. It is supposed to warm up a touch today. Spot lock again for a second. We're going to tie on that heavier jig. I'm just not too terribly convinced that this is getting where it needs to be. I thought I told you to spot lock. feel my fingers. There we go. I'm unfamiliar with whether that's a 16th or a 3/32. So that 25th ounce, I usually only use up to about the 50 megawatt range, and then I start increasing in size once it goes much above 50. Of course, I planned my stuff in the boat for 50 because that's what they said they were going to do. Instead, they're almost double. you're jig fishing out here and you make a straight cast, and all of a sudden you realize that your line's starting to go that way, it means you're connecting with the bottom, and your line is getting dragged back upstream. That's not necessarily ideal. So if that happens, you either need to reduce the amount of time you wait between your popping motions, or not let it sink quite as far down on your initial cast. Right now we're going over the golf course flat, so I'm casting into a deeper channel, and as I work it back towards me, the water's getting shallower. So I know that as I get closer to the boat, I've got to pick up that speed, or else I'm going to start dragging the bottom. Yep, see, I am dragging the bottom again. Well, this might be a 3/32, maybe just a touch heavier than I want. Just how fast it's sinking. Also, when I fish the heavier jigs, I'd prefer more of a 7-foot light action rod instead of the one I'm using. This is one I picked out specifically kind of for throwing those smaller jigs, so it looks like I'm making a huge motion, and I'm really not, but this rod is just a little underpowered for that heavy of a jig. Oh, there's that lovely wind. Wow. This might just be a total bust. I can tell you what I would switch to if it was available, and I would definitely start dragging scuds and eggs in this water. Right. We do not have that option today. Oh my gosh, did I finally find a fish? Look at that. I had to work hard for that one. Got a good hook set on him though. People will get confused on our rainbows here, and they'll want to call that a cut bow. It is not what that is. You have that similar little red mark underneath the chin, but they only stock the rainbows and the browns here. Coming up on the narrows here pretty quickly. We're going to have to pick up the speed of the jig pretty drastically here as we go over the flat. Sure would like a day without 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Right now I'm actually incorporating a little bit of a swing with my jig. It kind of helps keep it from sinking too fast. So I'm just, on the initial first part of the cast, I'm slowing the nose of the boat down a little bit. The wind is also helping that cause. Wow. Oh, that felt like a bite. Tough conditions this morning. It doesn't help when the Corps does what they do something other than what they say they're going to do. Well, guys, I think I'm just going to call it there. So we'd be grateful that we got to see one fish today. And we thank you for watching, and we'll be back again tomorrow.